Talking to strangers. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Someone else at a stop or gas station, do you talk to them about the gear that they're wearing or accessories they have on their motorcycle?
You do.
We were talking about that. Mrs. Den was wondering if other people do that. Like the other day, we walk into a restaurant and we see. I noticed this guy's bike parked outside, and it had the attack headlight by Advan Black. So I'm looking around and I see a guy with a motorcycle jacket. So I'm figuring it's got to be his. It's the only bike out there. So I go up to him. I'm like, "Hey, is that your bike out there?" He's probably thinking, "Crap, did he knock it over?" But that's what I'd be thinking probably right off the bat. Wait, great, did somebody run into it? But
He
like,
smiled though. He smiled like, "Yeah, it's my bike."
yeah, he's like,
blue one.
Yeah, it's fine. And I was like, well, I said, noticed that headlight on there. I said, I was just wanting to ask you about it. For certain people you meet, and you're thinking, yeah, they talk a lot, but they don't know what they're talking about. But this guy, you could tell, did research, knew what he was talking about, knew about accessories, equipment. So he proceeds to tell me how much he loves this headlight. And he said, there's certain accessories that you buy, and you're wishing, I wish I wouldn't have spent the money on them. He said, but this is not one of them. He said, I love this thing. He was all excited about telling me about how great this headlight is, and how well it lights things up, and which is great. I'm not a very forward person. It takes me a while to warm up to people or talk to them, I guess. And but that's one thing. If I see somebody else with a motorcycle, I don't usually have a problem walking up and just talking to them about it.
At all. We have been at, we seen this cargo. We did a Huey, came back and asked him about his brake light. I am not joking.
Yeah, motorcycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wanted to know what brake light it was because it was so bright and it pulsated. I mean, this is all the time he does this. This isn't every now and again. This is, oh, did you see that light that guy's got? And he'll pull in and go talk to him about it.
Yeah.
You learn a lot that way. I will say you learn a lot that way.
I have done that. I seen another guy with the same bike we had one time, and I pull in a gas station, and he's a police officer actually, and I think he's like, why is this guy walking up to me, or walking up on me? Kind of.
He wasn't in a uniform.
No, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know he was a police officer at the time, but and I think it just kind of as a police officer, you're probably on guard more than maybe others, and I could tell he was like, why is this guy coming up on me? So I kind of paused and then said what I was wanting to ask him from there. I told him, hey, I seen your FJR and I have one, and proceeded to talk to him. We talked for probably, I don't know, 20 minutes or so.
Oh yeah.
Maybe half an hour. I don't know, but we just met some other people in the restaurant, and we was talking about motorcycles. Nothing specific, but he was asking me about the ultra limited compared to the road glide, difference in fairings and stuff. But because he used to have a road glide, but he's never rode like the ultra limited. What's this hay, hon?
Yeah, I was gonna say you grab that.
So I don't know. Do you guys do that? You guys see somebody? I get it if you're at a meet or like a rally, or it might be more common somewhere like that.
We're talking Burger King and Valero's.
Yeah, gas stations. I mean, restaurants.
Yeah, the middle of the road.
Middle of the road, yeah.
It don't matter.
Several times we've been out on the road, and I've actually asked 2 different people about their brake lights while we were on the street.
Yeah, we'd pull up to a stoplight, and he'd just ask him about it.
So, I mean, maybe I'm weird. I don't know. But do you guys do that? I mean, how else are you going to find out? Let me tell you. I have found out, and this is, I mean, we do reviews, and so does other motor vloggers, and I'm not taking anything from them. But very few people are going to say this is garbage if it's a product that's given to them. I mean, just most people are not going to, they might say, I didn't like this about it, but they're going to shed the better light on the product most of the time. Especially if it's a company they get products from all the time. They're not going to get on there and bash them. I mean, a company's not going to keep giving them products if all they do is badmouth their product. I mean, let's be realistic about it. And, you know, we've got product before, but we're going to be doing a review on it. I'm going to be as honest as I can. I'm not going to just, I mean, for one, I like the product, which is fortunate, so for me, but I'm not going to just tear something up if something, you know, I'll tell you this, there's certain products that I've been offered and I just don't take them. I'm not going to do a review on something that I already know is cheap and garbage. I'm just not going to do it. For one, I think it takes away from our channel, and you know, this company's reaching out, they're trying to get their name out, probably better themselves or product. I already know it's something that I'm not going to like. I'm not, why waste my time and theirs? You know, and I'm not going to do it for the free product. I'm just not going to do it. If I already am thinking it's not good quality, I'm just not going to. I just say, you know, I just let it go and don't answer them back, or just don't even, or tell them I'm just not going to work out, or we're not really interested. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's not the way to be, but I think, to make a long story short, I think you find out a lot better information from just talking to somebody that you meet out while you're riding. They have no skin in the game. Elk crossing. We see these signs down here all the time. I've yet to see any elk. But, I mean, they have no skin in the game. I mean, you know, if they bought a product and they think it's garbage, they're going to tell you it's garbage. I mean, a lot of times, people don't want to ever say what they have is junk. You know, oh, it's the best I've ever had. And a lot of times that might be true, because usually once you find the best that you've had, you keep it. You know, you may go through 5 windshields, but when you find the very best one, that's the one you keep. Usually, you know. So you can find out a lot of great information from people that you run into that's out riding.
And 2, we was even out and about. We was looking for a new bike. So we were looking at the Ultra Limited, or we was looking at the Roadmaster Indian. So we'd be out, we'd see an Indian, pull in, we'd ask a question. Same, you know what I mean? Same with Harley. We'd ask them, is it hot? I've read it could be hot. And actually, even though we've read it could be hot, we never found an actual person that said it was hot. Everyone else said, nope, not hot at all.
Now, we have read, yeah, online, that some of them are hot. But I will say that my brother said his runs pretty hot. And it's so...
He has a Roadmaster.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, he's got the Indian Roadmaster. Yeah, like Mrs. Den said, you know, we've got a Harley, but we're not just Harley only.
Yeah, we like what fits us and what we want to do with it.
I bet we talked to 20 people that rode Indians, and I'm not kidding you when I say this. Most of them, if not all, said it's the best bike they've ever had. And I hate to say this, but most of them came from Harley. Most of them owned Harley-Davidsons, and they loved their Indian. I'm going to tell you right now, I love this Road Glide Limited. I mean, the Indian does offer you more bells and whistles, but I love this Road Glide Limited. And I'm not saying I don't like Indian. I'm just saying I love this bike and I love riding it. It is a lot of fun if I stay in my lane.
I do too. I like it. I like the appearance of it. I like the ride of it.
Good, how are you? Up by Cincinnati. Oh, okay, yeah.
Not too far.
Yeah, we've been out there many times. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we rode that. Oh, do you? That sounds familiar. I worked like a quarter mile down the road there on the train. Oh, that's great. So, guys, do you go up and talk to strangers about motorcycle
Even
gear,
though your mommy told you not to?
accessories?
Or do you rely on just the reviews that you read? Which typically, I think it's all, typically you review because it's bad.
When you read things on the internet, like Mrs. Den said, a lot of times it's because people's angry and they're like, I got to say something about this. They put something out on the internet, be like, this thing's garbage, don't buy it, which is good. But when you read that stuff online, you got to weigh some things. We go up and talk to people all the time. Now, Mrs. Den, she's not shy at all, so she'll walk up and talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Me, if it's not about motorcycles, I'm usually not going to say anything to you. What do you guys do? Let us know in the comments down below. We thank you for watching, and we will talk to you later. See ya.